Good morning, queens and kings. I hope everything is going well so far. Beautiful Tuesday morning. So, I wanted to come with the topic this morning. A lot of times, queens, we go into these relationships, and kings, I invite you in so you can get our perspective. And remember, all what I say to you all is my perspective, is no one way. And I have learned to be in a peaceful place from my perspective. And there's peace in our perspective. I'm working on a project now, and it's called Finding Peace in Our Perspective. So don't take my way as the law, because it's not. Everything that I say, it comes within from experience. So, queens, one thing I have learned is we try to fix everything. We go into these relationships believing that we can be the one, the ride or die, whatever he needs. We want to fix the situation. Instead of going in there being our authentic self, we going in there ready to change the situation. If he has the slightest potential, not if he's toxic, but if he has the slightest potential, we want to take it and run with it. He can show us all the signs that he's not the one. But just to have a warm body, we kind of adjust to who they are. Lord forbid, if they're attractive, we sure enough put up with more. And the world teaches us, and these memes teaches us to have his back. And so we find that having his back is trying to fix everything for him. But a man is naturally born to lead. And as nurturers, we go in there and we are ready to change and adjust and fix him and do this. And in the midst, we're like a jug of water. We pour into him and we pour into situation. And because he's not ready or mature enough, he can't pour back into us. And before we know it, we're empty and we're lost. Because we have taken that time and we forced and we morphed into who he is. And then we're up at night. We can't eat. It's hard to sleep because we don't know who we are anymore. So, queen, my advice going forward, sit still and wait for God. Look at the sign. God will speak to you. You have to be willing to listen. A lot of time we don't want to listen. We want what we want. The flesh start throbbing, and we want it. But we have to realize three things. We can't fix him. We cannot force him to do anything. And we cannot fornicate to get him to do anything. So remember the 3 F's. We can't fix, force, or fornicate our way through a relationship. So, queen, take the time to get to know you, because when you truly love you, it's certain stuff you won't put up with. He will know, like, look, she's nothing to play with. And how you teach him to treat you is going to be everything. Because if he see that you're easy, if he think that you're naive, if he think that you're green, he'll run with it. So if you're a naturally sweet person, a naturally giving person, you have to guard yourself, because people come in and they will camouflage themselves to be something different. And now you're broken and you're lost, and now you feel like who you are is in that person, because it becomes the emotional tie. Soul ties are way deeper than what we think. We think that, okay, I had sex with him. No, it's emotional. What we miss about a lot of people, because they actually are toxic, but what we miss is their charming words, those certain phone calls when they call you on their break, FaceTime, falling asleep with you, all the things that we get used to when we fall in this familiar place. It becomes this easy place to go to. But in truth, we know We've seen their toxicity. We've seen it all. And so we go back. And you got to know your capacity. Sis, know your capacity. Don't let the world tell you you can take it. It's not that bad. Stay in it. And I believe everything worth having is worth a fight. But you got to know when to fight. And a lot of time we have given our energy to things that we should have never fought for. We were supposed to give it up, but because the flesh wanted it, we stayed around a little longer. Guilty as charged. So today, I want you guys to just evaluate. And it's very important to do a self-evaluation. Because if you're not real with yourself, none of this other stuff matters. You may be the toxic individual. And I'm okay in my journey if I find toxic behavior about myself. Because when you find that, then it gives you something to work on. None of us would never be perfect. I don't care how many videos you watch. I don't care how much you pray to God. I don't care how much you cry. I don't care. We all are imperfect individual, but we serve a perfect God. So that requires us to go to him daily and say, Lord, if you're not with me, I would mess up. If you're not with me every second, I will say some stuff. So be real in your journey. Be real within yourself. Be okay not to be okay. Because in those moments, you're going to dig deeper and deeper to find out who you are. But you got to be okay with it. You got to be okay with not being okay. You got to be okay with not knowing the answers. Because when you don't know the answer and you on this journey, God gets to reveal himself to you. He gets to show up. He gets to radiate in you. He starts speaking to you. I think it's like 3:30, 3:40 my time. He gets to get up and he gets to speak to you. So I want to take my platform to encourage, to give you the best version of who I am. Also give you the version of where I struggle, where I fall short, because I'm as human as possible. So give is just not a word. Give for me is a movement. Giving individuals value and empowerment is something that has tugged on me for as far as I can remember. So I'm not going to make my videos very long because if you like me, my attention span is very short. But when something is pulling on me, I find myself being able to talk for a very long time. I'm trying to create vibes and moods like no other to remind you that you are awesome and that you deserve the very best. And settling is not an option. So to recap, 3 things we're not going to do to the grown boys, not kings now, the grown boy, we can't fix them. We're not going to force them, and we certainly are not going to fornicate our way through it because none of them are going to work. So again, be positive, be intentional, enjoy the beauty of today. If you have any questions, anything you want me to address, inbox me. I don't have all those social media accounts. As time passes and progress, maybe I may add Instagram, but now I'm only on Facebook. You can find me, Kendall Walton. Inbox me. Let's get free. Let's have liberty. Let's be able to smile in adversity. Let's let this skin glow without makeup. Let's let these eyes twinkle. And most of all, let God lead us. Thank you for joining me. We shall talk soon. Queen K.